Hey everybody, welcome back to When Words Fail Music Speaks, where we fight depression with the power of music. I am your professional handicapped host, James Cox, and I have a great band that's backed by Jeff, the bassist, reached out to me. We interviewed these two gentlemen on our episode 310, I think. I need to go back and check it, but it's been a while. It's been over 40. I don't know. It's man. I've been working hard. I hardly know
Good.
what I have to eat today. But we have Jeff and Heath from Hecojeni. I
Yep.
finally pronounced that correctly because I went back.
There's no wrong way. There's
I
no
went
wrong
back
way.
and listened to how you Jeff pronounced it. I'm
Oh,
like,
okay. That's cool.
yes, yeah, right. Because I want to respect everybody here, and so Hecojeni, because it's not. That's for what I think it was Hecojeni, but there's no why, So I'm like, what damn it, not, So yeah, man, yeah. It's good to see you. How's it
Yeah.
all been doing?
Good. We've got a thunderstorm rolling in here, so if y'all hear that in the background, that's what's happening. We have had an inordinate amount of wild weather in Greenville, South Carolina, the
Yeah,
last 2 years. Started with a hurricane about this time last year. So
Yep.
yeah.
anyway, that's not drums, that's thunder rolling in.
Not drunk, yeah. Uh, it looks nice out here, because I'm in Lexington. I mean, but I
Yeah.
think it's going to thunderstorm tonight or something. It's getting pretty bad here, but yeah, but
It
I'll
just
just make it through.
hot here, and then it's gotta explode.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I like the heat though.
yeah. Well, for me, I like cold because I'm always hot. So maybe we just need to switch, because maybe like you give you the hotness and you give me your coldness, so I
To
can,
each his own. I'll gladly share.
That's
Gladly.
right. Yeah, yeah. So, all right.
So how you
So
been? Everything good?
everything is good, man. Like I said before, man, just live your life. I went to a doctor's appointment today. Everything is okay though. I had to
All
have
There
right.
some
you
physical
go.
therapy. So,
Amen.
yeah. It's been going great. The podcast was really able to take it off with y'all here and everything. We've had some great guests. Now, have you all heard of a band called Diamond Head from the 80s?
Diamond Head.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
Yeah,
Are
they're
they
old
metal?
metal. Yeah, they're old thrash band.
I might have heard of them. I mean, it
Okay.
vaguely sounds like I might have.
Yeah,
Are they
cause I
rocking?
entered, huh?
Do they rock? I mean, it sounds like
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
about to give them a compliment.
Well, whether the old 80s band, 80, they're like on
I
the
mean, I love
borderline.
that. I love that
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
I was really into it back in the
yeah,
back in the day.
yeah. Where they're old legendary band, and I happened to interview their guitarist Blaine Taylor, so that was really amazing for me. But
Cool.
yeah. But
Yeah.
y'all are here now promoting your new song, Human Race.
Human race.
Yep.
Human Race. Yes.
Yep.
So we
Uh,
released it yesterday. Got about 25 college radio stations. To spin it. We've got some other things kind of happening with it. I've kind of stepped back and relented to Jeff's marketing skills on a lot of what's going on. But
Let's see.
we finally, he put a lot of work into getting it mixed down enough to where I'm comfortable with it being out in the ether. And I don't think it's nearly our best song, but it's a good song. So I mean, it was a good first one to kind of put out there, and let's see what happens.
right. Yeah. Because last time I talked to y'all, I think y'all said y'all are doing singles, and then at the end of the year, y'all will put them in like a full album, correct?
That's right. Yep.
Okay.
We're doing a single every 6 weeks as our target
6 weeks.
schedule.
Okay.
So we hit the first target,
Yep.
June 30th. Our next one's August 11th.
I mean, technically, we put out a Christmas song
That's right.
that got published back at Black Friday, Thanksgiving, and that was out there. But in terms of rock and roll, non-assigned music, just basic stuff that we've created to represent the band. This is our first effort
Right.
that's mixed down and ready to go.
Yeah.
Jeff's done some really interesting things with it.
Yeah. Now this is a question for Jeff because I'm not sure if you know who he's or I could be
I'm
like
not.
just insulting your
I probably
intelligence
don't. I'm
here.
probably safe.
Okay. But you upload the song to DistroKid or do you go
We use
for
TuneCore.
another? Huh?
We use TuneCore.
TuneCore. Okay. Okay. So with it DistroKid, It'll take like several weeks to get that information. With TuneCore, does it give you like automatically like feedback, or like do you have to wait several days or weeks?
No, I think there's a time period to wait. We
Yeah,
have a marketing plan that's primarily TikTok based initially.
yeah.
And that kicks in, I think, tonight, actually, where we made about 200 videos
Oh,
that are related to the song. Some
yeah,
are us playing it live. Some are us talking about it. We got interviewed. This was an interview. Like we got
yeah.
interviewed. Um, and then I made some cool, or I think they're cool, AI videos where I
Crazy,
took the lyrics
weird.
and then we made some prompts and went to AI like create this type of landscape. Some are like kind of quasi realistic.
Yeah.
Like one of the themes was a tribute to the band Wire and their album Pink Flag. So I was like, let's describe this album cover and then describe bands coming to the flag, putting their instruments down, their amps down, kind of an homage to that album. And so cut them up, put some words on them, and they're cool.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
I
cool.
think they're cool. So I made a bunch of those. Uh, and so, yeah, all in total, they're about 200. So we'll do 4 or 5 a day. We
Yeah.
also did, it's funny you started with how do you pronounce it? We had about 80 people around the world. We sent them a request.
India, I mean, around the world. When you say around the
Eastern
world,
Europe,
Around the
Africa, like
world, yeah.
show them the word and say, how would you pronounce this? And they
Yeah.
look at it. And it's really weird because if they're in the same location, they pronounce it the same way. Like
Right.
everybody in Spanish speaking says, heck, I'm going to say it wrong.
Yeah.
Hecojeni.
that's Africa.
Oh, anyhow,
Hecojeni.
Hecojeni. Some say Hecojeni. Anyhow, it's great. So those will be on TikToks as well. And we're running a promotion on our website. If you send us a video of how you pronounce it, we'll put it on TikTok.
Oh,
So you
nice.
could send us a little, just your phone,
Yeah.
3 seconds. Hecojeni, 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 whatever.
Go
Anyway,
deny.
yeah, it's interesting. I'm kind of enjoying this process, and the AI stuff really wigs me out. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's weird to see something created that's never been created before, and suddenly you've got this piece of art that is a real
Video
piece of
clip.
art, a video clip. Yeah, it's really crazy, man.
It's fun.
Speaking of
I'll send.
AI, have you all seen the AI videos of Bigfoot talking to people
No,
and running
what's
through the?
real?
Oh my God, I gotta send you all that, man. It's
Yeah, I'm
hilarious.
into I'm into that stuff.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, because the 100 humans versus well, like one gorilla, that whole
Yeah,
thing. Somebody did an AI video of the gorilla talking, and he's like, "I'm messing all you up," you know. It's amazing. Yeah.
I'll be right back. We've got rain coming. Jeff's got to.
Oh,
I
oh,
got to
okay,
cut the garage.
yeah. But the gorilla's like, "I'm messing all you, fools up and everything." I got to see all that. That's awesome. Yeah, yeah. But it's weird how AI can even though it's still in it's even though it's still in the infancy, that it still kind of scares me, where it's going.
right.
So
I
um
saw a thing where it was like, would you rather fight a horse-sized chicken or 100 chicken-sized horses? Which would you rather
ooh,
fight?
chicken-sized horses or one horse-sized chicken. Probably I don't know. That's a great question, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think
because
I'd rather fight 100 chicken-sized horses.
chicken-sized, yeah, because you could kick
But
them.
a horse-sized chicken would be lethal.
Right. Yeah, because
I mean, the big beak and the talons.
right. Well, a hundred chicken horses is would be too many and they would just pound on you,
Yeah,
you
they
know.
surround you and knock you
Mm.
over and
So
stampede.
no matter what, you're gonna lose whether or not, you know.
You're in trouble.
So
You're
yeah,
in trouble.
yeah. So
Well,
what
so I
else
hope
was
people go to our website. If they sign up for a like an email, we'll give them a sticker. We
yeah.
want them to send in a link of them or a video of them saying pronouncing the word.
I mean, we're
So that's cool.
yeah, cool. Pretty open to it. I mean, feedback from anybody. We consider somebody sends us a cool guitar riff and we want to stick it in a song. I'll do it.
Right. Yeah. Well, I do love guitar riffs and yeah, so I mean, of course you have to worry about like of course you have to worry about the what did you call it? You have to pay him right for the riff idea or no? Or
Say again?
I guess you don't have to pay him for the riff idea, correct? I mean,
No, no,
you have
no.
to go through legal battles.
We'd probably credit them as a
Yeah,
songwriter.
yeah. Make sure we
Yeah.
credit. Make sure we do it right.
We're not doing anything.
Yes, yes. We don't want any we don't want anybody to sue you over this, you know.
No lawsuits.
There we
No law.
go. Yeah,
Not this early.
like I said before, anybody that sues me won't get anything because I don't have anything, you know.
That's
So it's
right.
all good. It's all good. So I am looking at the Human Race cover for this awesome song, and for people who are listening, it's a cover of a sky and looks like dune hills. Correct?
Yep.
All
Yep.
right. So who decided this cover, and why did you go with sky and dune hills instead of like humans in the
Yep.
actual?
I'd say it was like a work in progress. We looked at it together, just some ideas. It's weird. TuneCore has some weird requirements, like you can't have words in your. So we had another cover that got rejected. So this was actually Plan B.
Uh-oh.
So,
Okay. Yeah.
so on the website, you'll actually see the original cover, which is it's like a snapshot of this train station in Pune, India, from 1975, which I thought was pretty cool.
And they wouldn't let you upload it?
Well, it had words on it, and so they
Oh,
rejected.
okay.
It had a date, 1975. But I think that the new album cover is pretty good. It's a single cover, so
Yeah.
we'll we'll keep marketing through that. It'll be fine.
There you go. There you go. Well, this song talks about like a semi dystopian view of society, you know. And also it touches on unity, social pressure, and technical stuff, you know. Um,
Mm-hmm.
why did y'all decide on this subject with this particular song?
Yeah. So there's a history here. This song goes way back. We played this song in our other band. I wrote the riff, and then Heath and I and our lead singer Dave wrote the words. But I had just been to Berlin after the fall of the Berlin Wall. I got to go to the wall after it fell. In fact, I took my Swiss Army knife and I cut a piece of barbed wire off the wall. I still have it somewhere.
And you brought us rocks.
Brought everybody a
Oh
piece of the
yeah, yeah.
rock. And so I think I was in that mindset. Like the wall had always fascinated me because there was one day it was a relatively free society. And then the next day, the wall's up and you couldn't switch back and forth. And it was a closed society.
Right.
And I think it's a warning sign to all societies, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't open it all the way, buddy. It's going to get wet and loud. So I think those types of themes were floating around as we wrote those lyrics. Um, so I think I love the humans and I love the human race. At the same time, some humans can be terrible. So I think that's where this
Yeah.
song is sitting is when you're in a closed society. I think being in America, we don't really have experience with that type of closed system and police state. And it informs you when you travel, right? And you
Yeah.
go to, I was also in Croatia in 2001. That's about 4 years after their civil war with Sarajevo and the Serbian Croat war. And, it's the same kind of thing where like freedom is very precious and fragile.
Yeah.
And it's there one day and gone the next. I think that's some of these words are a warning sign, I think. What are we doing to protect ourselves and our systems from slipping into a police state?
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think?
Sounds good to me.
Ditto right there. Ditto, Jeff.
Well, you
That's
wrote the
right.
best part of the song. We argue about this because it's one of my favorite lyrics we've ever written. It's not a chorus so much; it's the end of every verse. It says, "You know no one because you are no fun," and I think that's hilarious because we all know people that like just are prickly and they got to have their own way. It's like your own little police state wrapped in a human, and they got to have their own way, and it's hard to be around them.
Yeah,
And in the end, those people get their own punishment in that they're alone. uh,
that's true.
that took me a long time to learn. Maybe still learning. Like, it is not my job to point that out and to
Yeah,
mete out punishment.
right.
Everybody's little selfishness comes with its own punishment. Mine too, right? Mine too.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I think that's a slightly more personal level of, instead of talking about a police state, you're now talking about a human that's decided to live life very selfishly,
yeah.
and they end up having no
Regretting
friends.
it in
No
the
friends.
end.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, not to get
Life's
too
short.
yeah. Well, not to get too political here because I hate politics, but I do see people who are very, very wishy-washy with words. They say that they'll move out of country if one person
Rosie
is
O'Donnell.
Yeah.
yes. Ellen,
Both,
well,
both
Ellen DeGeneres did, and I mean, there's many people still here that said that they're going to do it, but where are they? They're still living here, you know.
yeah.
So humans are very, very strange creatures that have it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
Well, it's tougher to find, than you would think, the better country.
yes.
That's
Oh
true.
yeah.
I saw a thing. I used the word. I read an article, but what that really means is I saw a TikTok. So I'm gonna say I read this article,
Right.
and it talked
TikTok.
about. It is read too. I saw TikTok, but I
Yeah.
read this article that said it ranked. It was this interesting ranking. It was the affordability of a country. Like, so some countries are very expensive, some are very inexpensive to live. So the affordability index divided by the average income, right? So it's like, yeah, I could go live in, Costa Rica because it's really cheap. Or India, right? I've been to India a couple times. Like,
Yeah.
it's cheap to live in India. But if you're going to take an Indian salary, all of a sudden it's not so great. Or you could say, oh, I'm gonna go live in Luxembourg because it's super awesome and nice. Everything's awesome there.
Yeah.
But then, or I'm gonna go live in Luxembourg because the salary is so high. The average salary is way high. But then you get there and everything costs, it's $12 for a
Higher.
coat.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
So
Yeah.
anyhow, this index was like, what's those two things combined? And the United States was really pretty high.
Yeah.
It was like number 4 or 5. The countries above were like things you would probably guess: Luxembourg, Switzerland, I think UAE, right? Because they got all that oil money, and maybe there was one other one I couldn't remember, but no really big countries, right?
Right.
It
Yeah.
was interesting.
Well,
What
I
do you
think
think?
everybody focuses back on the like 80s and 90s where when gas was like $1.52, you know,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
thinking that 400, 500 years ago everything was like boom, you know. I don't know. It's just weird how humans forget about the major past and only focus on the like 30 past years, 40 past
right,
years, you know. It's weird.
yeah.
So, yeah.
But really,
Um,
even just everybody focuses on what they imagine it could be. I think gas should only be $1. Like, oh, okay, well, why do you think that? How are you gonna get the gas out of the ground and pay the trucker to truck it here? And I don't
Yeah.
know. It's weird. This was a real TV show, not a TikTok. One of my heroes is Anthony Bourdain, and he and his buddy Eric Repair, they're both big chefs, so they travel around the world, and they were in some way far off country, and they got to talking about this similar thing. They were in the Alps, the French Alps, and they were like somehow their phone wasn't working right, and he was like cranky about it,
Yeah.
and he's like, you know how hard it is, how many people it takes to make your cell phone work in some remote place of the world. Like some
Yeah.
guy has stood on a 2,500 foot,
Had to find
tower
find
And
the
find
area.
it too, right? Yeah. Yeah.
and adjusting it, and you're like pissed it doesn't work. And so then Anthony Bourdain was like, yes, our lives are really built on the backs and the sweat of men and the blood of animals. That's
Yes,
how we
exactly.
and you don't think about it that often in those stark terms, but there's truth to that.
Yeah. So this, okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. I just heard the song, but I'm kind of my brain's not all there yet. So I got 45 years old here. Um, this is mainly an acoustic guitar version, correct?
No, there's some
So,
electronic. I'll let
so
you
what is it?
go about it.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, it's acoustic driven, and then we added a little. I like to call it a White Stripes sound, distorted riff that kind of
yeah,
becomes its own melody uh, in the song, and uh, so yeah, it's kind of a nice mix. I think it's got a little bit of a heavy side to it. I like it because it kind of grooves. And then
yeah,
Jeff added some really interesting um, dance rhythm, uh, especially at the end. At some kind of peak times during the song. So I mean, you know I like what we've done with it, and I think it's interesting enough, like I said, to where I'm okay with it with it being out there. I'm my worst critic, and I'm never ready to put anything out there. And I finally got to the point where I was okay with this one, and then now I get excited about it. We more I listen to it, the more I'm proud of it.
yeah. I was gonna ask you, did y'all both like how did y'all both work it out? And you told us right now, But I think I asked you before, so forgive me for asking again. I asked you before, how do you know when the song is done? So how do you know when this song was
Never
done?
done.
Because because you just said I don't know if I want to put it out, right?
Well, we'll play it, we'll record it, and then it'll be done in theory, and then we'll go out, we'll play it live somewhere, and I'll find something really cool to add to it that I wish I had recorded.
Right.
So, and I guess that's normal. I guess that happens with everybody's music.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, you just have to, kick the bird out of the nest and let it go. So Jeff's really good at that. So, I'm kind of.
I'm always listening for things that offend me. Something too loud, too harsh, can't hear it. I knew I put something here, but it's not. You can't hear it. So I will walk in my headphones, and I got my notes out, and I'll just second verse, guitar fades away too quick, or third
Yeah.
verse, second line, the snare doesn't come in the right spot, whatever. And I do that. I walk my dog most days, like 2 to 3 miles. So that gives me, 40 minutes or whatever listening after a couple, and then I'll go back and fix it, right? Or fix it that weekend or whatever. But after a couple of weeks of that, I don't hear anything bad. Then I'll
Yeah, and then he gives me the assignment,
and then we'll listen to it in the car,
Mm.
listen to it on the big speakers.
take notes and figure out
And then
scribble it down.
once we get all the notes kind of done, Heath's note is often, we got to re-record the whole
I
thing.
want to re-record the whole thing.
You're never
My
satisfied, man. Come on now.
There's
Yeah.
600 hours of recording
Yeah.
and mixing, and
It's gone.
no, we're not recording the whole thing.
I get it.
You can record one
Success.
verse if you want to. but even that probably not going to happen.
But I mean, a lot of times, listening to it by yourself, you will notice nuances that really aren't nuances. And depending on what you're listening to, if you got your Bluetooth headphones on at 3 o'clock in the morning, laying on the couch listening to it is different than when you're putting on your Bose speakers and the recording. It's so yeah, I can hear something different every time with it. But there comes a point, which kind of with human race, where we chiseled away at it enough and fixed enough to where anything else we're doing is hurting it.
Yep. Yep.
And when it gets to that point, you got to step away from it.
It's almost like tightening a tire. You tight, and then you got to back off one.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you got
exactly.
You don't go too far. It's a pretty raw sounding song.
Yeah, I mean this one's raw. I mean it's not overdone. It's not there probably are a few little I keep calling nuances, little I won't call them mistakes, little raw areas in there that aren't absolutely perfect. But Jeff has made the point. That's kind of what we're after is a genuine feel.
That's right.
Something that's real. Steely Dan.
Not Steely Dan.
Yeah, because if it's real, a lot of people can tell. If it's not real, people are really, I'm not going to listen to this. Or
Yeah, you might as well listen to AI music.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yes, AI. And I don't think the AI is going to be able to do music just as well as human beings can do,
I hope not.
No, I don't think it is, So I don't think we have anything to worry about right now. Maybe in like 30,000 years it might, take over. But
who knows?
Not in our lifetime, so. All right, so I have some pretty fun questions for y'all now, if y'all don't mind.
Sure,
I'm not good at these.
You're not good. You're not good at fun
I'm
questions.
great at it.
Oh, come on now.
You helped me last time. I felt stupid, but I'll try.
No, these are so fun, dude. You're gonna love these guys. If each of you could unwrite or undo one creative decision you made in your entire music career, what would it be? We'll go with.
I have one. Go ahead. You'll forget. I'll remember.
All right. So I don't know if I talked about this last time, but you said over the course of the whole career,
yes.
We had a radio station in Columbus, Georgia, Rock 103, and a DJ that loved us, loved our band,
and the station manager,
and he was station manager, and it's a big radio station, Columbus, Georgia, Auburn. How many? It's hard to say how many listeners, but hundreds out.
Right.
And this guy loved us. He would come to shows. We came on the radio station, played live. He would play some of our music. We had a song that kind of caught on. But anyway, my point is, I was so young and stupid at the time. I didn't realize what an advantage it was to have someone on that end of the music industry that was supporting us. And instead of really trying to take advantage of that, and he would try to get us to play some gigs that we thought were beneath us, and but in reality, what we should have done was anything he wanted us to do, because he had all the connections, and was on the inside. And so if I had it to do over again, I really would have. And we were friends. I mean, it wasn't like it ended badly or anything, but there were some situations where we didn't do some stuff he asked us to do, where we should have. It wouldn't have been to our detriment. It would have been to our benefit. So if I could go back and do something differently, I would have been more humble.
Well, in REM, early on, they cut in a fifth guy as their manager, equal partner. And we could have done that with this guy.
Yeah, we should have. A lot of little stuff like that.
Yeah. There were one regret I have. I'm an archivist.
Collector.
I collect everything. I keep everything. This poster is an old poster that made 35 years ago. When we recorded our album as the Chill Bumps at Exoset Studios in Atlanta, it was all the money in the world. It was probably $5,000 just to record it, right?
We had to borrow it from our drummer's father.
Yep. So we
came back to gigs.
And at the end, I let that manager or the manager of the station, I said, I want to keep the master tapes. And he says, no, we have a safe
You got a
here.
vault. Yeah.
It's climate controlled. They'll be safe. Your fee guarantees a lifetime storage. And I let him talk me into that. And I went back about 10 years ago
To get them.
And the station had burned down.
Yeah.
Oh
Or the
no.
studio had burned down.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
they're
man.
lost forever.
Yeah.
So that, and you know what? I don't know if we told you the story. Heath and I realized that this year. When we were 15, we didn't know each other.
Yeah.
Heath was living in Montgomery. I was living in Auburn.
Tell
And
the story right, because it's freaky.
yeah, our first concert, we're getting on the, first concert you've ever been to. Everybody's,
Yeah.
had a conversation. He and I, unbeknownst to each other, were at the same first concert ever.
And we both lived in different cities. We were both didn't know each other. 15 years old.
Yep.
First concert my mother let me go to.
Same with me. It was New Edition was the headliner, and then Fat Boys and Houdini
in Montgomery, Alabama.
And I was a huge Houdini
And he
fan.
still has the ticket stub.
And I had the ticket stub.
Freaked me out.
So it's like, Jeff, you kept that ticket stub from your first concert. Why not keep the tapes?
Yeah.
I'd have done a better job than those idiots who
Yeah.
probably smoking weed one night, left it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Or some insurance scam or something.
Who knows?
But I wish I had them.
Yeah.
But with AI now, I think I can go make the stems.
I think
I may
right,
do that.
yeah. Actually, I could make the stems for you. You know, I don't know. I don't know how that would work. Yeah.
Hard bass, drum, vocal, background vocal.
Or maybe you can come up with like an app that does it for you. You know.
Yeah.
You can make even more money. Yes. You know. So. So I do have 3 more questions for y'all.
Sure. Yeah. We're here for you.
All right. Thank
And
you,
the
sir.
audience.
And yes, and you, our listeners, yes. Fun questions, okay? All right. This is that hard, Heath, okay? So you got to.
All right, I appreciate it. I need all the help I can get.
I'm thinking it's a great question for you, buddy, okay? So, out of the box, I'm thinking outside the box, okay? If alien civilizations discover only your music, only yours, thousands of years from now, okay? What do you hope that they understand about humanity, since we're talking about human race, you know, as the
If musicians 1,000 years from now would cover this song,
only your music,
This song that
or all music,
all your music, yeah.
Humanity?
Well, a general theme I think that keeps showing up in a lot of the new music that we're doing is, and I don't want to try to sound like I'm trying to be cool or smart or anything, but I honestly think that there is a lot of positive changes going on in the world right now. I think that people are awakening to love and goodness and consciousness and kind of the connection between all of us. And a lot of the songs that we're writing accidentally kind of dip into the flow and the mind and present, being present. So I guess 1,000 years from now, maybe this is the point in time in history where the globe started to make that dimensional change into, becoming something better.
Yeah.
This was the start of it.
Nice. All
right. I'm going to take mine in a musical direction. I saw an article. This is a real article, not TikTok, I think.
Right, yeah.
And it's
Peter Buck. Not TikTok.
Peter Buck from REM, and he's like, he's one of my favorite guitarists. REM is one of my favorite bands. He's like, I see kids come to the concert, and they're planting themselves right in front of me, and they're looking at me, and he goes, in my head, I'm thinking, kid, no reason to look at me. It's all GCD.
Yeah, you're looking at
that's all I play. And one of the comments goes, no one's looking at your left hand.
Right.
Everybody's looking at your right hand because Peter Buck's known to play the arpeggios and he's so fast. And I think that's cool. So I hope if someone was trying to cover our music, I'd want them to say, those chords don't really go together.
That's a weird place to go.
That's a weird chord to go to next, but it seems to work. That's what I was.
I like it, Jeff.
That's what I was.
So Jeff, a lot of these songs, these newer songs that we at least recorded first, are Jeff's kind of creation in terms of the chord progression. And what I have found that I've started to appreciate about them is they're unpredictable. You think you know where it's going, and then suddenly it slides into this weird chord or note that you just didn't see coming, but it fits.
Right.
And then writing lyrics to it,
melodies too. That's the best part.
and
Writing a melody.
it becomes cohesive. And I was never into any of that kind of stuff back in the day. I was just a traditional, I want you to sing it in the shower, 4/4. And what I've come to appreciate is this unpredictability and these weird chord progressions, and the weird order of song. It doesn't follow a traditional order where verse, chorus, solo, verse. It's just it's different, and it's a lot of trouble a lot of times to record it this way. But in the end, it makes the song.
Like we'll be taking notes. It's like verse, pre-chorus, half chorus, half verse, half solo, pre-chorus, chorus, and he's like, "Why didn't it just go?"
Yeah,
It's like verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus. Right, yeah.
I remember recording it, and Jeff's literally with a whiteboard,
half pre-chorus.
This is the, and
Like
try to follow.
I'm like, what the hell was a half pre-chorus? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm with Heath. I'm like, what the hell was a half pre-chorus instead of
Exactly.
chorus, verse, end song? But I'm
angry about it the whole time we're recording it. But once it's over with, I'll pat him on the back and
then
I'm like,
so that's what you were talking about. Yeah. Okay, well, we're speaking of unpredictable songs and notes. Okay, this leads into perfectly to my next question. Do you think that music now or music in the past could still surprise you, or do you think you've heard everything that can be heard right now?
No, I think it surprises me. I took a weird class like on GroupMe or something. It was, remember that singer Aliyah? She passed away in
Aliyah.
Aliyah.
Yeah.
One of her dancers lives in Atlanta, and Atlanta is, the mecca of hip hop. And she was a producer, songwriter. She's like our age kind of, and she put a class together how to write a hit, and it was awesome. And I went, and she's talking about minor key, major key, verse, chorus, high, low, energy. And this one guy raised his hand. He's like, there's only like, whatever, 11 notes. How can there be more and more things? And so she's like, of course there is. So I got my calculator on my phone out, and I was like, just a 10-note little run, the permutations of that, it was like 100 billion different types. Like, that's just 10 notes.
Yeah.
That's not even a whole song, right? So there's no end to that math, right? Of what is the unique chord progression, melody, note choice. So I think, it's unpredictable forever.
How about you?
I built a little tiny home on Jeff's property here in Greenville recently, and I hired a little kid to come do the sheetrock. And he was a 19-year-old, 20-year-old kid, but he brought his music with him. And I figured you got a contractor out there. I'm old. I'm 50 something, and I'd put a Tool on or something, or Soundgarden. But he had the music, I guess, that everybody's listening to today, and it was surprising. It was weird to me. It was
hip hop.
No, it was I don't. Your son kind of listens to some of that.
Oh
stuff.
yeah, like kind of rap, rock, mix,
and electronic stuff in it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm very surprised at what people are listening to. I hope rock and roll is not dead.
No.
Who knows? Every few years it seems to just recycle,
morphs and captures everything.
Yeah.
I wouldn't listen to anything that Gene Simmons does, because Gene Simmons says rock and roll is dead. It's not dead. It's well alive. I don't get it. Yeah. I think that he's upset that he can't make good rock and roll music anymore, because technically Kiss music now, it's not Kiss music then.
We were talking about New York. What's that song? New York.
Stuck in New York.
Back in New York.
Yeah.
Maybe their last great song.
Yeah.
That's a cover. That's what we learned.
Yeah, it's a cover song.
That's not even man. That's not even their song. Okay. Well, I don't know. Yeah.
Bad example.
If I ever get Gene Simmons on the show, I'll ask him why he thinks rock and roll is dead, and I'll tell him he's wrong about it too, because I'm not
Except
afraid to tell
Planet
him.
Human Race.
Yes, exactly. Yes. So, okay, so we got one more quick question for y'all. So looking back at your music career until now, is there a sound or a mistake or even like an imperfection in your early recordings that you
Hmm,
treasure now more than it had been perfect?
that's a good question.
She's alone. She's always home. Did you like that song?
Yeah, you didn't like it?
It was not. The lyrics were a little
Too dark for you.
too dark for me.
Too dark.
Yeah,
We had a song called Love that I thought you wrote, but you told me Dave wrote.
I wrote some. I wrote that. She's alone. She's always home. She's waiting
Right,
on the telephone.
right, yeah.
And then we built it around that.
It's kind of a depressing song about a girl that's getting killed by her boyfriend.
Ooh, that is
So
dark.
yeah, if I
Holy
had to
crap.
go over again, I'd just go ahead and get rid of that one. I
Yeah,
don't know
that is
what.
pretty dark. I don't know. Yeah.
Bizarrely, the song is called Love.
Well, Misfits made a career out of killing girlfriends and I mean
Yeah,
just
Who did?
the Misfits,
Misfits.
with
I don't know that I have musical
Chris
regrets.
and yeah.
Everything's a learning thing. And, you progress and maybe you wouldn't write things the same way. I guess there was one song we had where I had written this little weird riff that sounded like, remember those old books where you would
Oh yeah,
have a cassette tape play
at the tone.
and then say at the tone, turn the page?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Wish It
yeah,
Not.
yeah.
You remember that?
We
Yeah,
said that in one
yeah.
of our songs, and it never really came across how we were hoping people would.
We thought it was cool. This would be cool.
This would be cool.
This would
People
be
think
cool,
it's
and
cool
then totally flopped, right? Yeah. It's like,
because the
damn.
people remember how they had books when they were kids, and I guess even at that point, maybe we were too old for the target
Maybe so.
audience.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
I was only 19.
Hmm.
Too old. Has
Dude,
been at 19.
you came the order to me, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty old.
Yeah, I'm pretty old. Look at the
Okay.
beard. You can't have a beard like this and not be 55.
Yeah, ooh, look at that gut.
Look at the stuff. I wish I had a gray beard. I don't know why, because I love the way that gray and white hair looks. I can't do it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I tried
It'll
to dye
come.
it. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I'm kind of mad at my dad because he had white hair when he was like 23. Like how the hell? But then again, he's a
Really?
retired colonel now, so he
Oh,
earned
full bird.
it's a really big stress. Stressful job.
Mhm.
Sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was in the intelligence field. I'm like,
Cool.
Wow.
and every time I ask him, he's like, I can't tell you. I gotta kill you. I'm like, don't kill me.
I can get
Don't keep that for yourself,
bird.
dude. Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
I always tease them. I'm like, how the hell are you in the intelligence and you don't know anything about anything? He's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. So, all
That's
right.
the first oxymoron, military intelligence.
Right. Yes, that is. That is. So last time I talked to y'all, we're gonna wrap up for a few minutes here. Give y'all some shout outs. Last time I talked to y'all had a Bandcamp website, right?
Yeah, well, now it's a full-fledged website,
Full fledged. Okay, yeah,
www.hecojeni.com, Hecojeni, Hecojeni, and everything's there. And Human Race is now on Spotify and Apple Music, Pandora, all wherever you stream music, it's
right.
there.
And do we have any merchandise yet, or is it coming? Or
Yep, there's merchandise. You can actually buy a single CD of the song, which is cool. You can buy a T-shirt, and if you give us your email address, I'll mail you a sticker. We mailed a
yes,
sticker out this morning.
Yep.
right. Perfect. Yeah. And
Exciting.
you're on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook,
TikTok,
correct?
Instagram. Well, we're on TikTok initially. That will be the test bed, and then those will flow to Instagram and Facebook probably in a week or
Okay.
two.
Yeah. Get on
So
a
TikTok is proving, man. It is where everything is happening right now. I
yeah.
think. Um,
Yeah.
You love it.
if you have about 8 hours a day to blow, you should get yourself a TikTok account because it's just I'm flying on TikTok.
I, I, I wouldn't know.
How are
It's
them?
all
Okay. So you said you recorded like at least 200 videos for TikTok.
That's right.
First of all, where do you find the time for that? And how do
Yeah.
you plan out each video? I mean, because that's
Yeah.
a lot of work.
Yep.
That's a
So
lot.
Yeah.
there's two answers to that. One is we record everything. We record this. If we start to write a song, boom, I'm hitting
He's got a
record.
camera somewhere recording it.
And
I'm unaware half the
if
time.
we practice, if we're recording it, if we're writing a song, if we're talking about it, if he starts to talk about his weird, crazy life story, boom, I'm gonna put a camera.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's not good. Oh, yeah. That's why you gotta
So
be very careful
we collect.
what you say, you know?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
collect a lot of video, and then I have a guy I met on Fiverr. His name's Dimitri. I pay him in pounds, so he must be in Great Britain.
Yeah, Fiverr's great. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I paid another guy in Bitcoin one time. He was in Indonesia. Anyhow, this guy takes those videos and chops them up into little bite-sized segments.
Yeah.
Little 30-second clips.
I send him an hour's worth of video a week. He chops them up, and then I place them in folders. And then when we go to post, it will be random. So I'm not going, oh, here's the first video I'm going to do, and here's the second one. It is, we're going to get it all out there, and the universe will decide. I have another person on Fiverr that helps me posting. We present her a folder. Here's post number 1, post number 2. She just posts them.
Yeah.
Then we will have an analytics on the back end with ChatGPT that's like, which videos do people watch more? Which videos do people comment on? Which videos do people like? And those videos will get more rotation into Facebook and Instagram.
Right.
So that's the
it's kind of an experiment.
That's the machine. We'll see. We'll see.
I mean, like the old days.
Right. Just see what sticks, you know.
See what sticks. We'll let the consumer decide what's interesting or not.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm always wondering how bands
weird stories. That's what's going to be the killer.
I really hope you're kidding about.
No, he's talking about time in the Marines.
I've got a little jogging trail out here that I have to pull over a couple of times. I'll just leave it at that. But anyway, I think I talk about it, and Jeff records it, which is like one of my worst nightmares, which I just did again. So
that was on you, buddy, not me.
Anyway.
Well,
it's hard to get me.
I know a lot of people who would love to listen to your story, dude. You know, especially being in the right. Yeah, so I would get my dad to do it, but he's kind of like stoic and not. I mean, my dad's kind of hard to talk to. Not for me, but for everybody else. Everybody thinks that he's like, you know, really hard to talk to. He's not. You know, he's just got to get used to you.
Is he retired?
You know? He is. Yeah, retired colonel. 30 years.
Yeah, full bird. We were probably in some of the same places. He was, you know, obviously in 2002 to 2006 during that Afghanistan Iraq period.
Yeah. He did some of that because he retired in '99. So I'm sure the buildup was there. Still, I guess they had to keep it under wraps until they released everybody there. But he retired in '99. Spent 5 years teaching JROTC, and then finally retired.
Yep.
And now he does nothing but watch TV and goes out to eat with his brothers. Like
you should give him a TikTok.
Dude. Yeah, right.
Love it.
That's
he would love it.
He would love it, but I'm like, I don't know if he could tell a lot of stories because if he did, he would have to kill everybody.
Everybody.
Everybody's going down. Yeah,
you could just say, as a friend I knew said one.
But yeah, there's many ways around it, Oh yeah. So we do love you. Please come back anytime. Just email me like you did before, and we would love to get you back on your next.
Thanks, brother. We really appreciate
that you're going to release 6 weeks later, right? Like every 6 weeks.
Every 6 weeks.
And then at the end of the year, full album.
Package into a full album. That's the goal.
Nice.
There's a little part of me. My wife went to Memphis for a conference, and I was like, we should go record our best 6 songs at Sun Studios and release that as a live album.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
So that may be how we release it as a package app.
I mean, it just sounds magical. I like it.
Sounds magical.
Yeah. well, yeah. Or you could write, but yeah, I guess. I don't, yeah.
James
I
is
don't
not
know
on board.
what I'm thinking about. I'm just weird like
Right.
that sometimes. So,
If
or
you're not on
hey,
board with it, you're not on board with it. It's what it is.
yeah. Well, I am, but it's like, would you do like a acoustic only set? Would you do
I don't know
like,
what we would
you
do.
know,
We're not super acoustic. I
no?
think we would do something unique. I bought a. This is a side. I bought a ancient beatbox machine that I'm trying to learn. I think we would do it that way.
Oh,
A
like a
little
finger
tap.
drumming.
Tick
Okay,
tick
yeah,
tick tick boom. Tick tick tick
yeah,
tick boom.
yeah. Kind of like a finger drumming beatbox
Yeah.
machine.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I got a friend who, Dr. Brass, who does that finger boxing thing. It's genius.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'll get you in contact with him, because he
Sure. Yeah.
teaches
Maybe you
how
can come
to,
work the machine.
he teaches people how to do that.
Oh,
So
cool.
yeah, so I could get you in contact with Dr. Brass. So yeah, but
Right.
honestly, we do love you here, and come back anytime you want to.
Awesome.
Maybe we can get you to come down to South Carolina and we actually meet together.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
would
I'd
be
love
great.
that.
Yeah, go out for a couple beers or
Absolutely.
something.
There
So
you
yeah,
go.
yeah. So all right,
Awesome. Thanks,
cool.
James.
No problem. Thank you,
Good
sir.
man, James. Appreciate you, brother.
Totally
Oh yeah,
appreciate it.
anytime. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Awesome.
And with that said, everybody, thank you so much for listening to the show episode. And always remember, when the words fail, music speaks. Bye, guys. All right, cool. Yeah, we got it, dude. Y'all
Perfect.
are great.
Good
You're
Yeah.
the
job.
best.
All
Thanks,
right.
man.
Thank you,
Thank you.
James.
Thank you
Take
so
See you
care.
much.
next time.
All right. Yes,
Yep.
sir. Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
All
See you.
right. Bye.